I'm Rick Party. It is time for Rick Party's Notebook, news from around the world and in our communities from my perspective.
In all of these presidential elections, we go through this process, and we're going to have an orderly transfer from this administration to the next one. What we all say about it is frankly irrelevant.
What we all say about it is frankly irrelevant. That is Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Has the funniest voice. Talking about the transfer of power from one administration to another. But you got to be careful with those words because he didn't say Biden's name. And Trump is firing people, pretty much creating a new administration. So we don't know what's going on there. Just got to keep an eye on that. Trump just refuses to give up. He's going as far as offering $3 million for a partial recount in Wisconsin, of all places. The place where Jacob Blake was shot, survived. I don't think they want any of you, Trump. Biden beat Trump by 148,000 votes. I mean, come on, Donald. There's no way people are going to overcount nearly 150,000 votes. You know, we've said to you that the COVID numbers were rising. And as we're speaking right now, there are 11 million cases. 11 million. Come on. Over 250,000 people, 250,000 people have died from COVID. I mean, you caught COVID. You believed that you were Superman. And now you have a large part of America still not believing the severity of this virus. And you're the leader for many. Not me, but people follow you. They believe you. You know, I said all of that to say, just like COVID's numbers are real, so is the landslide amount of votes against you. It's real, Donald. It's real. In fact, it is so real that your head of security, Chris Krebs, said he saw no widespread proof of fraudulent votes. And Donald Trump fired him right away. Speaking of what COVID-19 has done to America, many families have had a rough time. But 60 families for sure remained hopeful that their young hoopers' names were going to be called in the 2020 NBA draft. For some, it's a lottery ticket, a new lease on life, an opportunity for economic growth for generations to come. Some have sold their homes, depleted their savings, dipped into their 401ks with hopes of having their young children chase their dreams. Basketball camps, uniforms, trips, shoes, meals. The list goes on and on and on, borrowing money for some, with hopes that it pays off. Well, last night it did. Saw a lot of happy families, a lot of young ballers. The number one pick going to Minnesota was Anthony Edwards from the A, known as Ant-Man. His story, oh my gosh, I had to hold my heart listening to it. He lost both his mother and his grandmother to cancer.
My mom and my grandma had cancer. My mom was in a lot of pain a lot of times, but she wouldn't show it. She'd just go to the hospital and just sit there for a couple of days. And my grandmother had been battling it for like 4 to 5 years. When my mom passed, I was 14 years old. And then probably like a couple months, like right after that, my grandma, she passes away. So it was terrible for our whole family. Everything I do, I wish they was here to see it. But my angels, my mom and my grandmother, they keep me uplifted. They wake me up every day with a smile on my face. I just keep going for them.
Wow. His mother and his grandmother will always be with him. All right. The number 2 pick was James Wiseman. He is going to Golden State. And number 3 was the baby ball, Lamelo Ball. Selected number 3 overall. He's going to the Charlotte Hornets. All right. I'm Rick Party. That's all I got in my notebook for Rick Party's Notebook. News from around the world and in our communities from my perspective.